Hi, manifestors. So today I want to start going through some of the ideas that are in The Science of Getting Rich. So, Science of Getting Rich by Wallace D. Wallace is written in 1910. I find this to be like the most concise manifestation manual that there is out there. And so I want to go deeper into it. And chapter one is titled The Right to Be Rich. And it goes into the idea that having what you want is your divine right. So I don't know that everyone believes this. I feel like there has been such a cultural um, cultural emphasis towards making sacrifices, towards not having what you want, towards never getting what you want, and like making the sacrifice and the idea that if I never have what I want in this lifetime, then God will reward me in the lifetime to come. But that's actually not how any of this works. Um, it is, sometimes you do need to make sacrifices, don't get me wrong. But there's a verse in the Bible that says, delight yourself in the Lord, and he will give you the desires of your heart. So it is not about just giving everything up in order to get a better future after you're dead. It is about connecting yourself to the divine right now. It's about connecting to God right now. It's about getting that connection and realizing that that connection with God is worth more and will give you more than anything else that you could possibly obtain on this planet. So that's why it says delight yourself in the Lord first. So first, and I've gone like way off of the way off of the science of getting rich, but this I'm going to come back to it, I promise you. So you delight yourself in the relationship that you have with the divine. That is your first and best wealth. That is your first and best love. And from there, you are relating with God and you're talking to God and God's talking to you and you're having a two-way conversation. I promise you that from that conversation, things are going to come clear to you. At least they did for me. For me, what came clear to me was that I didn't have to keep beating myself up. I didn't have to keep like destroying my body by like not sleeping enough and by working all the time. And that I didn't have to like starve myself and not eat food. And that God wants to fulfill all of your needs. Like when they call God like the father or the mother for that matter, it's like you are a child of God. And parents take care of their children. They make sure that they're fed. They make sure they're warm and protected. They make sure that the kid is safe. They make sure that you have everything that you need to develop and to grow up and to become the adult. And when the child is grown up, the child is like the parent, is an adult with all the same capabilities that the parent has. So when you think about that, it is we develop and evolve as human beings, and you are gaining divine capabilities. You're gaining the capabilities of God on this planet while you're a human being. You are gaining divine capabilities. Most people never reach, well, let me say this. Most people never consciously reach divine capabilities. I think everybody has a moment in their life when it's a life or death situation and the power of God comes into you and somehow you are saved. This happened to me when I don't even know how it happened. I got in a car accident. I was 24 years old and I hit a light pole going like 55 miles an hour on a 35 mile an hour road. So it wasn't doing something I should have been doing, but somehow I was not like injured at all. I came out of that accident. I like passed out, like I was like lost consciousness for a minute, and I came out with no injuries. And my car was destroyed. It was just not a situation that yeah. So there is that. I don't know how I walked away from that. I don't know how I walked away from the time in 2004 when I was delivering pizzas and got mugged by a guy with a gun. Like, I don't know how I walked away from that. Like, God sent a person to, like, rescue me. Like, a person came in his car and was, like, asking Do you need help? And I think that scared the guy. Like, I've had these life or death situations where I've been somehow came through it, and I can only like attribute that to divine intervention, because I don't know what would happen if that person had not driven up. And not to take away from anyone who has like suffered or has really been through the worst of the worst. Even if you have, you're still here today. You're here, and if you are here today, then there is a reason why. So coming back to the idea of being able to have your needs met on this planet, it's really like the basic level. I guess that's what I want to say, is that if you're struggling with the idea of like, oh no, like I can't do it because it would be selfish, or just just go ahead and like ask God, ask the divine, because there is no higher authority. If you're worried about it being selfish to have this thing that you've been wanting for years, just pray about it, ask the divine, and I think you will come to realize that, well, maybe there is a time to give up what you want and do something for someone else. And sometimes when you do give up that thing, sometimes you get it back from divine sources. That does happen also. But the main thing that I'm trying to say is that you can have things that you want. It's jeez, what's happening here? That you are able to manifest. You're able to, okay. Get behind me, Satan. We're not doing, okay. What I'm trying to say is that you are able to have things that is your heart's desire, things that have been like growing in you, things that you've been desiring for a long time. Those are things that you're meant to have. I don't know what just happened, like why I was just able to not speak for a moment there. Like, I feel like something came against me getting this message out to you guys, and it's such a simple message. I just want to convince you that, and like, I'm not trying to convince you. I don't really have like manifesting courses to sell to you at this point. Like, it may never happen. But I want you to get that idea, because that idea is what starts your divine walk, starts your divine journey, because it's like walking away from what you know in order to walk towards possibilities that you know are out there. The inside you know is out there, and that you desire it and want to have it, and that is almost a divine compulsion, a divine mission for you to have it. And the process for you to get from where you are to having that thing that's in your heart, like that process is your journey. That is your divine walk. And it's not going to be the same as anyone else's, and it's not going to be predictable. I can't really tell you what's going to happen. You're going to have to like walk with God. You're going to have to keep praying and keep hearing answers to your prayers, and you're going to have to keep like walking through it. So that is what I have for you today. The chapter is called The Right to Be Rich. It's chapter 1 of Think and Grow Rich, and it's just the idea that you do have a divine right to be rich. You have a divine right to be loved. You have a divine right to be successful, and that doesn't take anything away from your eternal destiny. So happy manifesting. Hope you guys have a great day, and take care.